and today we get a captain's course. So we're going to go and have a little look at Marram Anchor Club, which I think will just pop up here. Excellent. So this is McConnell's, so captain of the red team, and after this will be the first actual match that we know about. This is the only one that we can predict out of the whole thing, because we know that both captains are going head to head on singles day. Past 71, obviously he hasn't filled out the form or given us any additional information, so we're just going to go in and play it blind. Time of day is dawn, so want to put it at noon and clear, but we'll avoid that. And we've got that kind of lowland Southern Carolina sort of style, which I think RJM has done probably more than anyone else. I mean, Hoop Hole River was kind of, I feel like, in that sort of vein, and then PAX Club we had as well, AOS, which had a little bit of that going on. So yeah, let's just leap in. Obviously McConnell has given us no settings or anything. I'm going to assume we're going to go black tees. We will, let's not change the course, it's probably a bit severe. Go pin 2 and let's put just winds at medium for the sake of not getting blown off in a hurricane. So we've just got the one course to do tonight, but hopefully it'll be a good one. We have 2 days left. I'm away for the next 2 days, so I'll get the rest of my playthroughs done probably Tuesday afternoon or so. Now, let's go and have a little look around. Huh. This is pretty cool. I like how he's done the plot with the beachfront and then the waterways. That's really nice. And you can see we're going to have some different environments here. Is it one of the 7 wonders of the world? We go all the way out. He's used a lot of the plot here. We got a lot of different things going on. Although I guess it's just the textures, like from down low, doesn't look. Yeah, when we zoom out, it looks very different to what it actually looks like at ground level. So that's okay. We have this low-lying area and then big cool waterways. He did have. Oh, look at this. He is putting some effort. A little waterway, a little marina. It's pretty nicely done. Hi Jamie, Nitro, Dylan. Good evening. Wow, wow, wow. And I know he was having some meter issues towards the end. I'm glad he's done the clever thing and just brought back in the autogem planting and stuck in a couple of the cool pines in and around. That does work really nicely for making it look still cohesive. That's okay, Matty. You can just rest on the ones that you've got from, yeah. I will say the same things again. I tend to. So yeah, I'm just excited to see how this one plays. It's nice and open. I think from what I've seen of this style of course before, it's I mean the water plane needs some work. Yeah. Amateur hour. But yeah, from what I've seen of this style, he's done it really nicely, and it does feel like a style he's kept trying to perfect and go back to. Oh, I'm glad we put the winds on medium if 10 miles an hour is where we're at. Good first hole. Really good first hole. I like where the pin is. Some nasty little slopes. The bearded putt bunker feels like it's sticking out a bit much. I guess that's a stylistic thing. I don't know whether could we have sunken the grasses a little bit more, something like that. Might have worked. There's something triggering me with the waist bunker and how it's just dipping in and out relatively evenly but still being in a line. but I do like the low water planting. That green grass I thought was going to annoy me a lot more than it is. It's very high draw and it looks better than I thought it would do. Camber's good, and that's going to feed us in nicely. Lovely. There we go. We should have an uphill putt anyway. So I'm trying to think where you'd have 4 pins on this green. I guess 1, 2, 3 and then 4. Which means that this slope at the back works really nicely because more often than not you're hitting, I guess, dead at it if you're bailing out to the right. It's a good opening hole. And yeah, from that angle there's just no way we're getting close. Do really like the planting you've done. Just the mix of trees is good. It's unique, but feels like it makes sense. It's a good use of retaining wall. Like, it makes sense here in a way that so many times we see it, it just doesn't. It's gone back to his little pot bunkers. This is good. It's so totally different to Petty's. Trees on the corner are a great hazard in that. Yeah, green sloping again's done really nicely. Just fits with the rest of the hole. Yeesh. Nah. Say it's his best course yet. Wowzers. Oh, good time to pull it out. That might need to sit down a little. And of course we do. Planting looks great looking at the background. It's done, has worked really nicely. Do you feel these grasses are maybe they're just a bit in your face? I'd like to see them sunken down just a bit more or a bit smaller. It's the principal notes, and wow, well there's a different type of green. The sculpting's really good into these bunkers. The way he's using trees as hazards is good, and the way you've cut the fairway on the left hand side. We're going to have to sling one round the trees. Yep. Well, no part of this is going well. Wild, wild green. That's not too bad. We can deal with that. Hmm. I thought we'd play it a little bit more. Again, but this one works really nicely in that it's small but super simple with a couple of fun feature slopes. So that backstop, so I guess we've got one there, one the other side, one there, and I don't know. Probably one up here, I would guess, just to make the most of that backstop twice. Yeah, but you should know they don't listen to each other. Green's at 160. Okay. Hadn't really paid attention on the first two. Oh, don't worry, Dylan. We'll rip your course apart later. It's fine. We'll just focus on rhinos for the moment. Green shapes are really interesting so far. And I do like the bunker styles are really different, but I think they do work well together. So I guess this could be drivable in different wind. Well, will be, wouldn't it? I think we'll just hit 3-wood. And miss a fairway because we don't commit. Hey, Alan. And let's see. 84 gap wedge. Yeah, it's probably okay. I might like to see the green slope spiced up a bit more on this one, just given how short a hole it is. Not that I'm close, but for people who will be. Yeah, the bearded bunkers aren't working so well for me. This sort of green, this would have been better on that previous one. Slopes are really good here. Hi, Dale. Let's see. Probably gonna need a fast. Okay, that's all right. I think it's purely the look you're going for. I wish the planting was a little less patchy, but I think that's the look you're going for. So I'm kind of okay with it. Oh, I thought it might come down the slope again. I'm just trying to look at... Yeah, that's good green. We like that. Oh. That is not inside 5 feet, but should be doing better. Really glad that you've left it open, like with just the couple of little trees. Works well. These bunkers are working a little less well for me. I do. Let's have a look at the first. I'm trying to remember what we had here. I'm feeling like we've had quite a few bunker styles. And... no, they're good. These the straight line ones are the ones that work the least well for me of them. Par 5? Par 4? Long par 4. Interesting slopes. Huh, we're going very slow this time. I don't think that tree was ever meant to come into play. Still nowhere near where we want to be. I will say these bunkers, the flatter, not flatter, but really like these ones. It's these little, just straight lines that work a little less well for me. And hopefully that hits the other side of the slope and just funnels down. That's not too bad. Florida sandbelt, exactly. We've had too many sandbelt courses. I can see that one playing pretty tough. But again, you gave a really open fairway. I've just hit an awful tee shot. So this one's more wind dependent. Huh. I'm sure there's a real life equivalent for that. I just don't know it. Feels like a forced layup, but I think that's purely because of the wind. You know this, but the retaining wall edge here, we can do that better. I think that must have been a meter casualty or stylistic one. I do like the changing environments on this course a lot. We've got all the sandbelts. That is not going to make it, I don't think. And this is way too much. Well, that's not as bad as it could have been. Oh, I can see why you struggled your meter. Yeah, I really was expecting to hate this green grass a lot more than I am. And no, it works well. We've got some odd green slopes, like these two beads coming back this way, and these ones would make more sense for the stall flow, but it's okay. Not a good run for me. Yeah, I can see that. And it looks really good here. This is another winner. I like this hole. I feel like you've got the environment pretty much spot on. let's go find the bunker. Now I don't know whether these are meant to be flat bottoms or not. I mean, I guess they are. If so, we can do that a little bit better. Technically it's like partly raising the bottom of it up, partly flattening like hell before you lay the sand down, and finally just bringing the sand in a little bit closer. There we are. Good wide views over the water work nicely. Ah, I see how much of the grass you've used now. And I like that this creek has come back in again. So is that the one we played across? Yeah, the other side. Okay. And that wind is now hurting us again and running us close to that. This is a good hole. Framing out here is really nice. I like the empty space with the tee boxes. I think this is just done really nicely. That little bridge is perfect. Wes will be happy. Yeah, this is lovely. And I like that I have to hit a little bit of a partial, because if not we're going in. And you've played with that slope down there as well. Oh my, this pin. Okay. I don't dislike the slopes. I think they could be neater. So again, we've got the same thing where we've got a big red slope and then it's funneling back down towards the pin, which I guess could happen, but I feel it's more likely that that just tapers out into a more gradual slope, particularly given the rest of the green's going this way as well. Same here. I think just generally the big red slopes fade into very flat pretty quickly. But this is a great view into this hole, and the slopes themselves are good and give me a couple of ways to funnel to it, which I like. Now, will that be enough? It's better to miss long, isn't it, with this one? Definitely got some interesting pins on here. That could be the shot we wanted. I think the other thing I would have said, just with green slopes, is I'd have tried to make this red right at the edge of the green, because you don't really want someone just happening to stick up here and then you've got to putt down that slope. And it tends to work better if you can get the big slopes working off. You are also, yeah, you definitely get some puddling comments there. But I guess drainage, modern day systems and that. Oh, sure I had that one. Yes. Not just from me. Sandy soil. Yeah, there is that. I know it. I know, Pithy. I got it. I was wondering when we were going to get this sort of a hole. They're like the peak die, carry as much as you can, and like, the die influence that you've got here is really clear, and it's done. It's done really well. Yeah, same comment with the green slope here. I feel that red slope, if it's just shifted like that 3 boxes and it starts here and finishes here, I think this is just a better green. We'll ask Jerry. It doesn't to the extent that it bothers some others. I will make the comment because others doubtless will, and these are the notes kind of for most of the contest. But I'm not so fussed. I think generally they lead to, if you're aware of them, they lead to more cohesive greens which make more sense and will play better. The way to go. No one should listen to me. And besides, I mean, I am one person playing this course once. Ooh. This one's kind of come out of nowhere. I get what we're going for with the long, narrow green. I guess with the false front it definitely plays a lot less of its yardage than it is. This just feels a bit too much of a departure from some of the previous ones. But I guess when you're looking at it off the tee, still trying to. Is this a path? I'm not 100% sure on what this is. Yeah, it's a path, isn't it? Okay, that makes sense. And that explains my comment on it earlier. Fine, gotcha. All right. Huh. I think the problem on this hole is the shadows slash lighting. This would work really, really well if I could see it, but off the tee we can't. In British. Hey, whatever will help you design better golf courses, Matty. It's all fine. Do like the angles here and the fact that the further right we go, the more we're opening up, particularly to this pin. Oh, I say that. No, we're not going to get there. At least it fell down. Yeah, same thing with green slopes and the puddles. Don't have much to say though. Negative at least. This bunker looks maybe a touch off. Kind of hard to tell though with the shadows, so. Oh, that got very lucky. That's an annoying 5. Ah, we've got another dry ball 4. It almost feels like we have two types of greens here. We have the ones which are like the spines and mounds in the middle, and then more like the first, where there's more that one consistent slope. And I guess you can blend the two. This pin is like entertaining. This is just, yeah, this is bonkers. In all the right ways. So definitely don't want to be trying to drive the green. And for that reason I like how you've separated this. It's weird as hell, but I think it fits with the quirky course we've got. So I guess the question is, where do we want to miss? Probably do want to lay up. And was hoping we might hold on to the fairway. But actually that might work. I mean, this is kind of, yeah, it's certainly giving me Pete Dye vibes in that it is really weird, but it does work. Yeah, fun goal. And that's definitely one you feel like you should make 3 on, and yet easy not to. I'm trying to work out whether it's the shadows or the sculpting that's making it so that I can't see these bunkers. I think it's the sculpting, because they kind of pop into view just there. I would like to see them. Good tee shot. I do like this whole design a lot. With where you've put the trees on the corner on the approach. So the more we work it around here, the more we're going to be able to see around those trees. This is really good. I think this might be my favourite hole so far. Like, playability wise, I wish I could see those bunkers though. Which we're going to go and find. Oh no. Huh. Yeah, this is more the alternative type of green where you've got the big slopes and there's not so much of the internal spines and mounds and things. I do really like the river backdrop. Very much a members bounce. We haven't had many of them, so take what we can get. Oh, that's one back at least. Oh, back to even par. Back to the random sort of wild bunkers. I like these green slopes a lot. They're interesting without being too punitive if you're the wrong side of them. I think these ones work really nicely. Long 4, excellent. And that makes sense given the length of hole. I do really like the atmosphere, I think it works well. Just feed in a little. Nearly our 3rd chip-in of the round. Okay, 4-3-4 finish. And that was a long 4. This one's mid. Oh, I'm glad we're coming back to the waterway again. I figured that's kind of where we were going to finish. Yeah, being able to see the bunkers off the tee makes a huge difference on this. not that we're not. Yeah. Well, we've got an angle, at least. I mean, given that tonight your time, it's now 10 p.m. my time, and I'm away tomorrow, so it probably won't happen. Don't rush your publish, buddy. You take your time. I am then away for a couple of days, so it's going to be. When are we looking at? Probably Tuesday, like afternoon your time. Well, yeah, but I have no idea what time that is your time. Put it this way, I'm going to bed after this play, so that would be a no. And do, buddy, just take your time. Right? No publish errors. Don't race through and take your time. No. Is Monday publish window closed? No, I think it's the 14th. Wait. So that would be Monday, wouldn't it? Yes. Ooh. That's fine. I am going to bed after this, so don't rush. I was only intending on doing one tonight. I really like the little bridges and the lowland areas. I think they're done really well. Yeah, just take your time. Give it one more play test. There's no point in rushing. Angles on that green were really good. And the distance. Good par 3. You can stop now, Matty. And then 18, a 552-yard par 4. Well done, Rhino. Okay, so let's judge this as if it's obviously meant to be a par 5. Which means that the central bunker makes perfect sense. The fairway undulations do make sense. It's all good as a par 5. As a par 4, tricky. But it's not undoable. It's not impossible as a par 4. As we'll hopefully prove. Oh, that's not the bounce we want. I feel like I've been screwed over by the bounce. No, it's there. Yeah, or a playtesting error, either or. Still, as a par 4 it is doable, it's really tough to do long par 4s in this game without really stretching them out. I had one on mine that stretched out to 550 on one of the pins. I don't mind it. Okay, let's talk through them. So as I said at the top, this is the first matchup now that we actually know, because we know that McConnell and Petty are going to go head-to-head on singles days, and we've now seen both those courses. Everything else still up in the air. And I really enjoyed this one. It's so totally different to the other captain's one. Could not be more different in terms of styles. The thing I did like probably most about both captain's courses is the environment, and I think this one nailed that as well. It really did feel like it was that lowland Carolina, maybe 3.6. That worked really nicely. I got a load of the die influences. I thought the strategy on some of the holes was really nicely done with the angles and lines in. I want to say there were a couple on the back 9 where I thought it really ramped up with lines off the tee versus trying to work around trees, and you use trees as hazards without it feeling forced, which I really like, and I think is actually really just tough to do. Par 3s were mostly, I thought, the strongest holes. I did not love 11, but I thought the others were all really good, and I think I can see 11 growing me on more plays. Just the green size felt a bit big for the hole that it was, and then again there are a lot of quirky things on this course, and that's going to take a bit of time for me to. This will be one I need to play a couple of times because there's just some really wild stuff on here in terms of the drivable par 4, some of those green slopes, some of the bunker patterns. There were a lot of competing styles. I'm not sure. I feel like if you took maybe the straight line bunkers out, just like literally the ones that are the short straight line rather than your flat pan ones, which I thought I did really like. If you took the straight line ones out, I think this maybe works a bit better for me. Planting really good, environment great, like the whole marina setup and everything was class. Plays really well. I don't think the bearded bunkers needed to be done. I don't think for me they didn't add much, but then there might be other judges who say completely the opposite. Yeah, this was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Go on, Dylan, if you did want to publish, I'll play yours, but only if you are 100% ready. But yeah, this was really enjoyable. It's a good course. It's a shame we have none of the elements or anything, but hey, it will make sense. Anyway, I'm going to cut the stream here, and is Dylan publishing? Dylan's publishing. Excellent. Well, we'll do that then. Let's go and leap into something slightly different. 2 from Red Team tonight. How lucky you are. And I'll be back in a minute.